Okay. So I did a little bit of reading on fluid dynamics. And it has led me to believe I need to tear everything over here down. It was foolish to think I could just sloppily slap all this together and have fun. My camera's not on because this fluid dynamic thing has been bugging me. It's early in the morning, drinking my coffee in my robe, and we don't need that. So, the thing is, everything is unbalanced. This gets split. This pipe gets split again. We see pipes aren't full. So in my reading, number one thing, you want pipes full. Number one rule. This flow rate is the liquid sloshing around in the pipes because they're not full. Think about a bottle of water that's a third full. Tilt it on its side and tilt it back and forth, sloshing like waves in the pipe. Max flow rate is the max flow rate for Mark 1 pipes. And that's fine. But we want pipes full. Probably have something similar going on over here. No. I guess these are fine because it's really only split once. And it's split evenly. And 180 cubic meters per minute. So I'm still very annoyed. So the output, anything that's outputting liquid will show this total throughput, 180 cubic meters per minute. Inputs make you calculate it. So this is actually 6 times 120 per minute, which is 720. That can't be right. Alright, so another thing is I do have Satisfactory calculator open. And I have a planner. Which is going to help me. Okay. What was I getting at with that, though? Oh, yeah, that's right. So, if I go to buildings and look at the oil extractor. Sorry, I'm in a different window, but it should only be a moment. In oil extractor, outputs 60, 120, or 240 based on the purity. This is normal. Therefore, it's putting out 180. They must have changed that. Or maybe I've boosted it. Yes, it's boosted. 120. That's it. That's the output. So now we need to look at okay, maybe I could share this. One second. I want to capture a specific window. Window capture. Let's do this. Okay. This might be quite ugly, but at least we're capturing it. All right, so buildings. Oil extractor. Wow. Okay. Typically I use Brave, but I thought it'd be easier to separate things out with Chrome, but this site is apparently quite horrendous. Here we go. Okay. So if we look at an oil extractor, it only puts out crude oil at 60, 120, or 240. Now let's look at the refiner. I'm really trying hard not to look at other icons on this map so I don't get spoiled. So a refiner, which is making fuel, is the input rate for crude oil is 60 cubic meters per minute. Okay, let's confirm that with what we see here. Get rid of all the extras. 60 per minute. So even though it says 60 cubic meters up here and 60 down here, it is 60 cubic meters per minute. So yeah, it's really just a text thing. Okay. So let's go back. This one here is consuming 40. So that's my 60. I disconnected this one. I turned these things off while the pipes filled. And the pipes are full. Okay. I disconnected that one because we definitely do not have enough fuel pumping. This is 60 cubic meters per minute. And that's why this is not... Oh, this is getting backed up a bit. Not really. Can I split this out of here? So anyways, I need to redo this entire thing, right? But before I do, I want to kind of map out some things. So one thing is your layout. And so I think, you know, other than doing what I'm doing, which is treating them like belts, I need to think about fluid flow. Oh, jeez. I'm busy here, guys. More oil over there. Okay. So, what do I want to do? I want to think about how you can do this. So, first things first. Let's say you have this. Why? Oops. What does that even mean? Oh, you're added to the recipe quickly. Oh, jeez, you guys. Okay. My goal is to create a manifold, but I don't think this is going to be my file design. I'm just going to lay out a couple designs. So I ultimately want a pipe stretching this way, but I can't put this on here. Oh, I can put it in space. Okay, that's fine. So I connect here. I'll need it's purely for demonstration purposes. Jiminy Christmas. What am I doing? You guys, am I just totally losing it right now? It's too early, apparently. What? Okay, these pipes are going to drive me mad. So this is your manifold. And then what you do is you would put pipes coming off of there, right? Now, an inherent problem with this is when you have two, dude, are these guys really gonna come over here and hunt me down? I didn't know they migrated that much. Couple problems here. So I don't want this because water will actually fill up, come this way, slosh against the back of this pipe, and come back. Maybe it's not that big of a deal, but I don't want it. I don't need it. Now that's another thing. These are messed up. You can see the pipe is in between them. Same thing here. That should be okay. That should be okay. The other problem with the manifold is this gets split. That side's fine. This side, this one will fill up faster. And then when this one is full, then this one will fill up. So that's kind of one thing. Okay, I don't need any of this anymore. What are other options? Well, other options. Are to build. This kind of loop thing. Sure. I don't know if that's going to do anything as compared to our manifold. It's just a manifold with a loop. Another thing I read about was giving these things some tilt. So if you do this, and then say you have a, yeah, it's not really gonna do what I want, but that's fine. Destination there. Straight, auto. Noodle. No. Horizontal, vertical. Well, perhaps that's fine. This provides, so everything that outputs fluid gives an automatic 10 meters head lift, so 30 feet. And so this little bit of head lift is fine, but it also generates a little bit of gravity and means this pipe, even if this sloshes around a little bit down here, at least while this is full, it should be fine. And then another thing I read about was doing an overflow. So if you think about this, have a fluid buffer, and let's say and that's as tall as it goes. Just think about fluid dynamics. This will never fill up unless these pipes are totally full. And even then, might need to play around with how high does this need to be. You know, this is something you're gonna have to test with fluid coming in. Guess we could test with this. Curious to see. How is that filling up so fast? Okay. It's just this line, but that's fine. So the fluid's probably coming up to like here. But that's still empty. This is full. And that's full. So now that all the pipes are full, this really should start filling up. Yep. So yeah, something to think about. If now, I don't know how you determine, because of the sloshiness, how do you determine the flow rate? Like if I have an excess flow, yeah, I guess it'll just be the excess flow, which right now is going to be 100% of the flow, which is 30 cubic meters. How is the flow rate 300 cubic meters? Oh, because of these things influencing. So it should only be like max 30 cubic meters. Yeah, and I flushed these out, so I'm not getting 30 cubic meters until these all fill up. These really shouldn't be storing anything. I don't understand how the floor. Oh, it's the sloshiness. Slosh, slosh, slosh. That's why it's going up to 150. So really, to make this work for education purposes, I need to do this. And even so, let's clear this out. If I do this network, it's got to be just this stuff, right? Yes. I don't even care if I flushed everything else out, but I do want to check to see. It's not the same network. It's not connected. Yeah, okay. So this is a separate network. I flushed the whole network. This should be full. Not yet. 40 or 30 per minute. This can hold 43. So yeah. This can hold 40. 43, that's 80. So yeah, it would take almost 3 minutes to fill. And we'll know it's full when that goes yellow. And then when it's full, let's make this higher. Kind of curious. Okay. I'll know it's full when that goes yellow. Or at least when it starts storing heavy oil residue and not transporting it. 43 out of 4. There we go. Oh, maybe not. They're close. 43 out of 43. 38 out of 38. So it's full. Why isn't this storing? Okay, now it is storing. Okay. Now, what happens when I connect? These should see 30. It might slosh a little. I want to see these fill up. Getting close. We're sloshing a little bit. That's fine, because we removed enough out of this pipe that we didn't have the backfill. Sloshing still. You know what would be useful in this game? We have it on our pool equipment. It's a valve, I forget what it's called, that only allows flow one way. And it closes behind. As things would attempt to slosh back, the valve would close. That would be really helpful. Eventually things will normalize. Still sloshing. Yeah, I'll say I should not see much of anything in here. I mean, I gotta fill these segments. 15, 15, so that's a minute. 10, 15, that's another minute, let's say. So yeah, a couple minutes to fill everything up. And we're almost there. Yeah, this seems to be working well. We are full. 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 Almost full. Almost full. So as this side fills up, this also might be a thing of sloshing across the loop. But that's fine. We're pretty much full. So we should start to see this fill up. Yep, there it goes. So now the extra, because these aren't 100% full, and then No. Full. 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 Now it's full. Now it's full. This should fill. It's sloshing around in here. That's fine. The head lift is pushing it up, but then settling. And some is spilling into here. And now some is spilling into here. So what I'm getting at is I don't think this loop is necessary at all. I think just a manifold is fine. And then this overflow. Give the overflow some head lift so it's the least prioritized. Everything down here is going to be the least path of resistance for the liquid. And only when this is totally full and stalled perhaps will this begin to fill and overflow. Okay, so this is what we're going to aim for, except a manifold instead of this loop that does nothing. So yeah, I think that's the fluid dynamics figured out. Again, just to review over here, these should be full. And I'm consuming exactly as much as I'm producing. So they remain full. This has a buffer. This has a buffer built in. Alright. And as long as... Why are you idle? It's idle because of the inability to... I mean, it's a perfect match. Yeah, this won't be idle. So then your first thought becomes, do you test something like this here? Okay. Should be fine. That's fine. And that's fine. This should be filling up. Or it will once this pipe fills up. So yeah, I think you should just always have an overflow like that. And I think we're running optimally here. Just waiting on canisters, that's fine. This will eventually start to fill up. So apparently there's some sort of wiggle room in these numbers. Maybe this is producing a rounding error slightly more than 60. Therefore, eventually this is going to collect, which means you should always have a buffer, which I have. And the buffer is where you should pull for your fuel packaging and things like that. Well, you know, alternatively, if I wasn't seeking to package fuel like I am here. We need to redo all this. Now, I don't think we need to come over here and put down a bunch of foundation and all that just yet. These are tall buildings. What am I going to do? Build a 8-high wall? This stuff can be outside. But this is all this needs to be redone. So joke's on me. And that's fine, it was a learning exercise. Power-wise, we'll be fine because we're going to be disconnecting from the main power network. And that's fine. Now, I'm going to have to clear my inventory because I'm going to be just taking up so much stuff. I think just God, it feels like everything needs redone. So let's do this. Where do I want to put this? I'm trying to think where my next office is going to be, basically. What's in here? Okay. And we'll just do this. Keep it nice and out of the way. I really should not need a whole lot. Store it all. Because I am tearing down. So. The only thing I'm keeping is going to be that oil extractor. Everything else is going away. This is my testing from earlier. New beginnings. There's one problem with that, which is power. These will eventually move. So I'm fine with this being like right there. I don't think that can connect there. Nope. Okay. We are connected to the primary grid. Let's dump the stuff I don't need. I don't need grass. Don't need those containers really. We can dump some of this. Oh, it's full already. Put like advanced materials here. Sure. Okay. I'm gonna change this up, point it different direction, more down the beach rather than into the woods. And give it power. So, getting 120 per minute right now. First things first, I want to produce. I need motors and encapsulated beams. I should really do something like this. Okay. Let's leave enough room for another one. Okay. $120. Let's say this makes rubber. Oh, that doesn't even... Oh, that's residual rubber. Wait, what? Oh, rubber. That's 30. Taking this down to 90. And then I was making fuel, which is 60, taking me down to 30. So it's 60, 90. This is 120. So we're going to move this down to 90. And then do I want to move these further up? I think so. It's a big game. Let's take advantage of the space we get. Okay. Now, this is going to be some trial and error as well. Basically want this centered. Okay. And I want this. Basically want this to be in line with this. Something like that, maybe. Can I put a pump right here? No. Okay. Missing rotors. This bugginess of this is very frustrating. I don't imagine it's a priority. So, wait a second. Turn this off. Do I have the power switches? Is probably a thing I need to look into. Flush the network. Flush that. Okay. Now, what we want to do is that just going to float in the air? Sure. Can it not line up with this? Oh, it's at a weird angle. Am I getting both? Yes. So really it's trying to go that way, but that's fine. Okay. Here to here. Something like that. fuel and polymer resin. And this is rubber. Okay, what next? Continue to power things. Shut them off. Okay. Next step. The resin is my plastic, and the fuel, which will be 40 per minute, can go to a generator. Come on. Fuel powered generator. Why doesn't it give me the stats there? Missing more motors and rubber and deuterium. No, I have the deuterium. Motors, rubber. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing for these. Except way out. To keep everything clean. I'll go ahead and just do one of these guys. Fine with that. Okay. Something like that. Put a valve in there. Oh, actually, I don't need a head lift for small. I would need the head lift for the bigger ones. I'll wait and prove those necessary. Because I'm getting 10 meters of head lift here. This 4, 8, 9. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If it doesn't flow, we know why. Okay, next is my line. Oh. I can't build it here. Oh, I can't build it at all. Just something like this, I think is fine. No, that's not what I want. I want this. Okay, snap to it. Whatever, doesn't have to be perfect. And then this to this, that to that. This, like that. Okay. I want to make sure this is off. Okay. This is going to be producing 30 per minute. Oh, I was making residual plastic, wasn't I? Let me look at those recipes real quick. They're both 20 per minute. Oh, it's because this one is fuel-based as well. So I really could just... I'll have to do something with all that resin. Okay. So... I would need 6 per minute. Oh, here we go. 60 per minute and 20 per minute of water. Water's fine. I can back up. So I need 60 per minute of plastic. I'm only going to be doing 30, but that's fine. And then I'm just making plastic and burning off this stuff. Oh, I meant to look to where it's... I think it's refinery. Yeah. Okay. So, next refinery here is for plastic. It's going to need water. This doesn't need the flow buffer because I'm not producing something I need to dump. It's just water that can slow down when needed. Can I go straight? Okay. Now if I want to make more plastic, which I do, it's going to come off the oil. So now I'm producing 90 per minute. And I can support another 30. So I will do that. So this actually gets bumped all the way back up to 120. And I add a third refinery. Okay, I hate this now. And you are making regular old plastic. Okay. So this output is accounted for. Now, I don't know if I checked this yet. What is this, 40? Fuel power generator. S 60 per minute. It's a shame I can't see. Maybe it's in fuel. No. I think that's 60 if I remember from the last setup. So how much am I producing? 40. So I can actually bump this up. Roger. Okay, just double check things. Putting out 120, consuming 60, 90, 120. Output wise, I'm putting out 40. I'm consuming indeterminate amount. I think 40. That's fine. That's fine. Need to handle these outputs. 2 heavy oil residues. and belts. Okay, so these can... I wonder if I can do this and this. No. Okay. What am I going to do with the heavy oil residue? Package it. Make smokeless pot. Oh, this is where I can make fuel. Let's look at this. 60 per minute. How much am I going to be producing? 20, 30, and that's fine. Because this fuel is purely going to be going to that generator. So I'm thinking I did that the wrong way. Those all have power. This is going to make just residual fuel. And then... Wait. Oh yeah, this is making plastic. So... I will then add... a constructor here. Alright, that's outputting plastic. You are making... Oh. That's not how that works. Are you making plastic? Yeah. So this needs 60 per minute. Are you making 20 or no? Oh wait, this is outputting plastic. Yeah, that's making plastic. That's making fuel. This is my direct plastic recipe. This is my next plastic recipe. So it's really more about getting this. merged with this. For plastic outputter. Then I need the constructors. For empty canister. And then we'll start our overflow. What are you putting out? Fuel. Sure. You are going to be great. Where do I make packaged fuel? Packager. Die. Missing plastic. Technically, I'm putting out fuel, so I should have a buffer. Buffer on the backside of all liquid production lines. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have a buffer there. I'm thinking that one of these is enough. Even then, it's kind of intense. What about just one of these? I need like just those columns, but I don't have them yet. So I think what we'll do is do something like this. Let's see. That should work. No, it should not. Let's see if this will work. Okay. This is going to be putting out fuel, so this needs the same treatment. Okay. Now my packager goes here. How much fuel am I going to be putting out? 40. How much do you expect? 40. So what I want to do is Something like that. And then this. Like this. Like that. Make sure everything's off. And finally, at least for now, it's a merger. I also need a splitter. And then this is going to go up. Okay. So, back to front to back. I'm putting out 120. I did say 90 here. I guess once I extract it'll update. 120 per minute. I'm consuming 30 plus 30 plus 60. This is covered. 120. Now over here, I'm putting out 10 of heavy oil, 30 of heavy oil. Over here, I'm consuming 60 of heavy oil. 10 of heavy oil, 20 of heavy oil. So this is fine. It's going to be underachieving fuel, and that's fine, I think. And then this is going to put out 40. It's going to consume 40, and that's good. Last but not least, this is putting out 40, buffered, consuming 40 is the hope. This has no power or fuel. Oh, it is powered. It doesn't have power. I mean, everything should have power. I'm guessing it just has no power because it's not running. This is on. These are full. That's fine. Last stage is putting out plastic by itself. Plastic and fuel. I'm really just burning off that fuel. Don't really care that much about it. And then fuel. And then packaging the fuel. Okie dokie. Make sure everything's off. Standby. 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 Last thing to check is the power plant. Generator. Standby. Okay, so last thing to check is that we have enough power to start this. I'll kick this whole thing off, and we do. Step 1. Get the oil pumping. 120 per minute. When we see these are full, is when we want to start. These should fill up before that does. So we'll give it some time. Actually, I guess just the pipes will probably fill up. I don't think it'll actually go in there. So as soon as these pipes are full, we will start turning these on. Actually, we'll probably let them fill up and let this fill up a little bit. Full. We're sloshing between these. No, that's full. We're sloshing between this. That's full now. Now this has to fill up. Once this fills up, this will fill up. Sloshing around. This has to fill up enough to cover the pipes. I don't really know how much that is, but I'll know because this will remain full. So somewhere around 1/3, I'm guessing, is what I'm kind of aiming for. What I do know is we're not sloshing. Sloshing a little bit on the backside. I don't think we need more head lift here. I think we're good. Okay, next stage. This should start filling up. Yep, it is. This should start filling up. Once this is full, this is all I care about right now. It's going to take a minute. This can turn on. That does not rely on fluid. Once this fills up, we can start this. We can also start this because it's only relying on water and only putting out poly resin. Okay. Let's go check this. Not full, but it has fluid. Getting there. Okay. How are we looking here? Once this fills, so we have 2 machines to turn on, 3 machines. Goal is to get this to back up anyways. We are not making rubber yet. That's close. It's a little sketch, not too bad. Sloshing, trying to get up this, I think. If I need it, I'll install a head lift pump here. It might need it. I mean, you should be putting out 10 meters. You know, I don't know how tall I am, but this is not 30 feet. Okay, yeah, we're doing fine. It's just draining out of here so quickly and it's going down here. That's the slosh. In and out and down. So this needs to fill. That's going to take some more time. Let's check this heavy oil residue. We are full. What's this look like? Let's give it another couple seconds. Let's see if this is sloshing. Oh, this is a little awkward because I'm actually going... Well, I guess I'm going up first. This might need to fill up a little bit more before the gravity offsets the drop. Because, yeah, the gravity there and the gravity there is kind of offsetting. Yeah, I should have thought about that when I put these pipes down. I think it'll get there. That's full, though. That's kind of the most important thing. The fact that this is sloshing, and then this is sloshing down, is kind of irrelevant. It's not going to slosh anymore. Okay. As long as this is full, I'm going to turn this on. Okay. Now we'll need that one to fill. Full. Full. Almost full. Once this fills, wait for this to fill a little bit. Maybe I should turn this off. Check these. Full. 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 Okay. So I feel good about the first three. This one I think is a little fudged because I decided to raise the pipes up instead of the belts. That was a bad idea. Or the belt, I guess. Oh, I am making rubber. I need somewhere to move this rubber. It's going to go over here and combine with this. Merge. I'm actually going to fix this. This is off, right? That's off. Okay. What I need is for the MK2 and then it's gonna be like something like this. This goes in there. This goes in there. This goes in there. Don't care. It's just gonna take a little more time. We'll give it a sec. Go check on our power. That's full. That's filling. Let's go. So we're cooking. Okay, let's go for it. Oh, we just need this to get full. Wait a second. Yeah, it's going down then up. This isn't gonna work. Gotta remember about the gravity. Yes, this might require... Come on, get me up there. Oh, I don't have any fuel. We'll see. If I need a head lift pump there, then so be it. Gotta wait for this to fill. Do I have enough to upgrade? What's that? Oh. I need more steel beams. I want those to be... maybe I could use... Yeah. So I'm gonna go level 4 to all these. Simply because it is more efficient to move this stuff to the train as fast as possible. Once I've produced something, I want to get to the train. Okay. Everything else doesn't need to go that fast. Well, actually, there's probably some argument to be made for these. Okay. See how this is doing. Filling up. Full. Going for it. Okie dokes. What is this expecting? 40 canisters per minute. I'm producing 60. Mm, 40 is all I shall produce. That is filling up much faster than I was expecting. Oh, this is 20, not 40. So I would need a second one to consume and to not add. What do I need? Motors. I do not have any more motors. So, can I just craft motors? What I'm going to do is turn this off. No, because it's going to slow everything down. What I do is flush this for now. What does it do to this? So far, nothing. I think that's fine. I need a crafting bench. Let's put that here. I need 15 motors. I need stators. I cannot make 15 motors. I can make 12. This is not the way. I should just go back. How far is the train? Train is home. So we'll just kill some time. Check on how these things are doing. It's looking good. A little bit of slosh. Guess we'll see. What about this? Doing good. Empty. Off. Off. Then I'll probably just have to restart some systems when I get here. Get back. Train is coming back. Because I'm going to need to go get some motors. Or can I just juke this up to 40? There you go. Okay, we'll see how that does. This should not fill up now. I think the air is from sloshing into there. As long as these stay pretty full, I think I'm fine. Okay. I think I'm good. I'll let this fill up a little bit more. Probably producing a lot more power than I need. But that's fine. Hello. Goodbye. Yeah, it's just not running Caterium because I'm not doing anything with it. Curious how much plastic is being produced. So I don't know what the problem with that is. Maybe it's not enough vertical. I'll let it buffer up a little bit because this should be pretty clean. I'm producing 20, 30, and I'm consuming 60. Maybe it's because I'm sucking more out than I'm putting in. So let's drop this down to 30 or 20. There we go. That's probably the problem. Not this. Just match your inputs and outputs. We'll let this fill up. Yeah, if I wanted to do a third, I would just move that over. In fact, I could just do that just to play around with it. So, splitting. I think it'd be something like this. No. I haven't solved anything. If I just put it back on the belt, it's just gonna... I would need to converge. Or merge. I always say converge. Don't know why. There we go. I'm still balancing out a little bit, saying that fuel is less important. So send 1/3 here and 2/3 out. Upgrade all this. Okay, let's check this. Not there yet. It's not surprising because this is pretty slow. 20 cubic meters. And this is 15. This is, so that's like 25 plus what I got going in here. So, almost there. Let's check on this. Much better. Much better. Let's check these. Brilliant. A little bit of slosh at the neck is fine, I think. Okay. We are cooking. Let this go to 70 or 80. And oh. So what I'm going to do real quick is that. Oh, I didn't want to turn this on until this got up to like 80. 70 or 80. I think it's fine. Let's go. I'm going to produce it and hold it so I can put some in my pouch. Where's the train? It's about halfway. Again, don't want to be waiting on resources It's not a bandwidth thing. Nothing should ever be idle. That's fine. That's full. Combine, split, combine. This feels good. Green lights. Nothing but green lights. Or white lights, I don't know what the difference is. Yeah, this might be yellow if it's waiting for polymer resin, that's fine. Wait for a little more fuel. What I want to see is how much the train is taking off. Maybe 100 of each right now. This is requesting 40 per minute, but I'm only producing 20 per minute. Yep. That's a problem. Turn off until the pipe fills back up. Next step will be to go home, check on things, regroup, spend some time away, come back, see if everything's chugging along. This is producing 20. This is now consuming 20 and 20. Okay. Train is coming back. That's full. Go ahead and let that run. I'm gonna take the train back. But first drop off some stuff. Motors. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see what you got before you dock. Yep, about 100 of each. It is known. Oh, I screwed up. By not reconnecting that packager to the line, there's a fair chance that that fuel could back up, causing a slowdown all the way back to rubber. So I'll collect the last of it. I don't care about the speed here. Oops. It's fine. I've already missed the train, I know that. This is pure, right? Nope, normal. Those three should always be green. These should probably always be green. This should be full. Okay. It's brilliant. I don't understand what white... I want to look those up when I am done. I don't understand the difference between white, yellow. I mean, green is obviously good. Go. Okay. Yep, that's not really a problem. Yeah, I don't know if I even need these buffers. I think it's more about shutting down the machines and letting the pipes fill before turning them back on and making sure your requirements match your output, and then you're fine. These aren't doing anything right now. Maybe if something shuts down, this buys you time before it causes a cascading failure back through the system. But if that's the case, it could just simply be a sidestep off of these junctions, not have to worry about the gravity thing. I think it's one of those things you read about and then implement, and then you don't think about it again. But we've spent probably 4 hours thinking about fluid production and management since our last episode, with homework including reading the wiki, reading the Fix-It fluid manual, 18-page manual, and watching one YouTube video on the basics of fluid dynamics, which I only watched 5 minutes of because it told me about the Fix-It manual, and I rather read the manual than watch a video. So yeah, we are just chugging along. This feels good. Next step will be to ramp up production. So let's talk about that before the train gets back. Right now, we are at 100% and using 100%. So we could double that. If we double it, then I think what we'd want to do is you could run off this, make it part of our manifold, we would have to shut everything down. So when I get back, I need to look into power switches and beams, because these aren't good for stacking these. So here's the train. Power switches and columns using tickets. And we will increase production from here. We'll have to talk about what to do with that single refinery. I also have another refinery that I could ramp up if I don't want too much dependency on that single oil refinery. But even with the power switches, I think I could save a little bit of time by just hitting the power switches instead of going to each machine, but I would need to hit each level. I would need to hit the first level of refining, then the second level of refining, and then the third level of using the output. Because if I just shut it all down, I won't be able to put it back in order to allow the pipes to fill up. But then again, I guess the pipes should fill up anyways. But as soon as we get back, we're going to call it here. We're going to call this the Mosaic Supercut. This wasn't a live broadcast. It was me recording throughout the day as I grabbed some time. I know I made a mistake earlier and I kept showing my browser while I was playing the game in the background. I might try to cut around that. I'll see what I can do. But if it ends up being crappy, then we'll just mark that up to new to content creation and not paying close enough attention to my OBS. This has been a long journey. I think I might be able to cut some of this conversation into like my perspective or oil or fluid dynamics in my own words type of deal, but I'm not quite sure yet on that. I don't know if it's that valuable. There's 100 videos out there and manuals and stuff, but I definitely recognize it could be helpful to hear other people's perspective on things. So I can get rid of this. And I'm going to need another one of these. Right there. It's just going to be the... Might as well. Beams and pipes are literally right here. This is basically just a huge buffer. And I'm actually going to upgrade those to 4. Okay. I could probably trash a lot of this fuel. Just too much fuel. So much rubber. Okay. Once we get plastic production fixed, you know, we're obviously gonna need to... This stuff I guess I shouldn't have trashed that fuel. Probably should have just ran it over to the sink buffer. Once we get plastic and rubber, I guess at this point, because that's all stale rubber. Oh boy, we are backed up. We are producing way more. That's fine. It's really not a big deal. We're producing way more than we're sinking at the moment. So, what do we want to do? I want to upgrade these to 4s. I want to upgrade these to 4s. That to 4. That to 4. That to 4. That to 4. anything that is... Wait, what is this doing? Oh, nothing. There's nothing going into it. That is a splitter that I'm not using. Okay. Make sure this is upgraded. There we go. That should help keep it going. Missed one. Everything else looks good. This one's going to clear out first, if anything. Yeah, it's getting close. Why don't I just trash some of these screws? Some of these steel plates. These aren't going to be worth as many tickets. Just get rid of all the screws. Okay. Go spend our tickets and then call it the end of the episode. So what do I want? I want architecture. And I want pillars. Okay. And I want... Oh, I already have the light control panel. Where are the switches? Is that an unlock thing? Power. No, I don't see switches. Oh, they're probably in here. Somewhere, I bet I saw them. Yeah. Power switch. Enables connection between two grids. Priority switch. Okay. Oh, programmable splitter. I've been complaining about the smart splitter and it might be solved. Okay.
Fun fact, architecture was invented when people began building buildings. If it had been invented slightly
That's
before,
huge.
perhaps more old buildings would still be around. Humanity sometimes lacks vision.
Those cost steel beams and concrete. Cool. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for joining. Definitely love the comments. I've seen a few comments, but I've enjoyed them, so thank you. Keep them coming. And check back for the next part where we will increase plastic. More plastic. And produce materials. And milestone. So, yeah, thanks so much.